Hello everybody! Today we're going to unpack, take a close-up look and taste the Torinese Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle. So let's first take a look around the outside of the packaging. So in this package is a 750-gram loaf of Torinese Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle. So just taking a look at the details of the packaging, and on the underside or bottom of the packaging there is some product information as well as the ingredients list in various languages and nutrition information for this loaf of Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle. Now let's go ahead and open it up by undoing the ribbon at the top. And of course, tearing the ribbon off, and tearing the blue paper packaging off or open. And now I can smell the aroma of the Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle. So giving you a look at this 750-gram loaf of panettone, and of course up close as well, and you can see that it is in a clear plastic wrapper or bag. And of course, just to give you some sense of the size of this loaf of panettone, just placing my hand over the top of it. And now let's go ahead and open it up by untwisting the white wire that's keeping the bag closed. And let's slide the loaf of Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle out from its clear plastic bag packaging, and giving you a look at the panettone just resting on the tabletop. And of course, now let's take a much closer in look at the details of this loaf of panettone. So giving you a look right there. So as you can see, the various bits of frosting as well as pieces of whole almonds scattered around the top of the panettone. And of course, taking a look on the side as well, so we can see the dark brown paper mold around the panettone, and on the underside you can see the wafer-like base of the mold. And now giving you a much closer in look right there at the details through the top surface of this loaf of panettone. And let's peel down the paper mold so we can take a better look at the side of this panettone. I'm just going to try and tear it off the mold, and you can see the mold peeling off right there, and we can see bits of frosting coming off, but nonetheless giving you a look at the mold as well as the panettone itself. And now let's take a look at the underside of the panettone. So right there we can see a nice rich brown color to the base or underside of the Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle. And we can see there are bits of sultanas on the underside and candied orange peel pieces as well. So there is that citrusy scent to this loaf of panettone. And of course taking a look at the sides as well. And now let's go ahead and tear it open so we can see the inside or cross section of the panettone. So right there, tearing it apart and giving you a look at the pale yellow inside of the panettone, and we can see a few pieces of sultanas and orange pieces, so candied orange pieces or orange peel with some raisins or sultanas as well. And on this side it's more evident, we can see the brown sultanas as well as the orangey yellow candied orange pieces. And now let's peel off a smaller piece and taste it. So just peeling the top piece off, mostly cross with the pieces of frosting on it, and if we can achieve focus, we can see a piece of candied orange near the top. And now let's taste it, and of course there is actually a raisin right there as well. So the initial bite with the pieces of frosting just crunching away very, very softly as I munch through, and of course the softness of the inside of the panettone, very, very moist, and of course can't really taste the orange piece that was inside as well as the sultana that we saw as well, but nonetheless The flavor that stuck out the most was, of course, the white pieces of frosting on the top. Of course, that texture also quite stood out, giving that very soft crunch to that eating experience. And now let's peel off another piece, this time round a piece with an almond on it. So we can see this piece here. Let's try this one, and with a bit more of the inside body of the loaf of panettone. So once again, where's that full almond piece right there? So just once again trying to achieve focus so you can see, very messy looking piece of cake. Now let's go ahead and taste this piece. So once again, that icing sugar, very noticeable in the chewing experience. However, quite surprised by the almond piece that was in there. It was really soft. Was expecting it to be crunchy and of course slightly on the hard side, but it wasn't as noticeable as the white frosting, which definitely stood out from that tasting experience. But nonetheless, that piece of almond tasted very normal. No sugary coating or anything to it as far as I can tell. So once again, I think the icing sugar pieces really stand out from the eating experience. So that's the La Torinese Panettone Glassato Con Mandorle. Thanks for watching and happy eating!